Folks, hello and welcome back. It is another day, another time for cars. I am Aaron Brown.
I'm Justin Westbrook, and today we're gonna get into some news. We're gonna talk about Aaron Brown's car, and then we're gonna have a Cargument where we argue over owning a car in the city.
Well, don't spoil it for all of them. So Justin, there's been some news this week. Tell me about the news. What's going on?
Big news, important stuff.
Huge
controversy at Kohls. Somebody was in a Kohls recently.
That's big news in itself.
Almost alarming, and we're investigating how that happens.
More as we have it.
But the big story from their trip to Kohls was they discovered a women's t-shirt that featured lyrics from the classic Americana song, American Pie, which has the lyrics, took my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And the lyrics
You're
are
not gonna
printed.
say it for us?
Absolutely not, that's your job. The lyrics feature on the t-shirt, as well as a picture of a pickup truck. The controversy is what the pickup truck is. Now, it appears to be the body of a Chevrolet pickup truck from like the time of the song, but there's something funny about the face. The face appears to be that of an F-150 from the similar era. So you have Chevy body, Ford face. Now, why would this be such a big controversy, Aaron Brown?
Well, you know, there's the ongoing feud between Ford and Chevy truck owners about which is better, or, you know.
The 1,000 Years War between.
Sure, yeah. People in America, they love to argue about which truck is better for whatever reason. They're all relatively, we're not truck people. I'm not a truck person.
Hey guys, Aaron Brown, social media editor and local truck boy.
I think last year we did a story about a Thanksgiving dinner that was, someone got stabbed over
Torn
the
apart.
Ford and Chevy feud. So this is a big deal. And this shirt, which is causing such controversy, as I wouldn't say controversy, but they really need to fix it. But why do you think it happened? What do you think Kohls has going on here?
It's either a very moral, nice way of bringing the two communities together in an effort to just make everybody feel respected and
Wouldn't
observed.
that be nice?
But you think it's more legal.
They didn't have the licensing, I assume.
That's probably what's happening here, is it's some legal bullshit.
Yeah. But it's a shirt, and you know what? If you're a Ford or Chevy owner, maybe now you could be friends.
If you want to buy one and wear it, good for you.
Send a picture to us.
I didn't want to say that.
What else is going on, Justin? What else is new?
How did we spend our Monday?
So, we had a BMW X7, which we drove up to Massachusetts.
The big boy.
Big boy. Such a car. $103,000 car. But the reason why we drove to Massachusetts is because my M3, which I love to talk about on this internet program of ours, I dropped it off at Cage Builder. We actually have a clip that we should show you from the drop-off.
Here's Aaron Brown on the scene from Monday, dropping off his M3 for a cage build.
Hello friends, car update. We're up in Massachusetts at an undisclosed location because I don't really know where we are, but this is my M3. I'm dropping it off to get a full rally roll cage installed. We got our seats mounted in the Sparco Sprints, which are the cheapest Sparcos you can get. I bought them over in Europe, had them shipped here. Temporary harness set up, harnesses are coming. I'm very excited. The car should probably be up here for a month getting its cage. And while it's up here, I'm gonna order a bunch of parts to actually make it rallyable. Anyways, back to the studio. Thanks, Aaron. So yeah, I mean, what you saw there, that was up in Massachusetts somewhere. Of the car getting dropped off. So today, I got a fancy new credit card, which I'm gonna bounce off the limiter, as we say in the car world, with all the other safety equipment that I need to buy. I bought 2 fire extinguishers. I sent harnesses up to the guy yesterday. I got an electronic cutoff switch. But I've been reading the rally rules, and I'm like, it's been painful. You have to disable all the airbags. The car needs to be quieter than 105 decibels, which I'm sure mine is not.
No.
You need to keep a CAT on, a catalytic converter, which my car no longer has.
Thanks for clearing that up.
The door panels, you know how the door cards are removed in my car?
Yeah.
I need to get door cards because they don't want you cutting yourself on the door. So all this stuff that my car had removed because it's a track car, I now need to throw back in there.
Yeah.
Disable the steering wheel lock, disable central locking. Building a rally car is a lot of work and money, but yeah, so that is my weekly rally car update. But it is time for a Cargument.
This week, we're going to be arguing about something very near and dear to both of us, and that is whether or not you should own a car in the city. That city obviously being New York City, because that's where both of us live and work. I, unfortunately, have come to the conclusion that you should not own a car in the city. And here's why. Basically, I'm young, money matters, and it's just too damn expensive. So when you think about it, even if you're in Craigslist budget range of just a few $1,000s like I am, even if you're looking for something that's not even like an M car, like Mr. Aaron Brown here owns, my opponent, or if it's just like a regular BMW, let's say a 535, E28 5 Series. Maybe that's all you're looking for, something with a manual, something fun. Not possible because it's too expensive. You have to pay for the car, you have to pay for insurance, you have to pay for maintenance. If you want to drive it in the winter, you have to pay for a different set of tires. Never buy all seasons, that's a horrible idea. If you don't want to do alternate side parking, you have to pay for a parking garage or a spot. If you forget about alternate side parking, then you have to pay fines and tickets. Basically, it's just a money dump.
Well, first of all, Justin, so many wrong points across the board.
It was one point, and I said it's too expensive.
No, you also said you don't want to move the car for alternate side. If you want, you have to park in a garage, which is very expensive, but
my point.
You can do it without. I have owned cars in the city for the past 6 years. Mm-hmm. I've been driving for 6 years.
That's 6 years of terrorizing the city of New York and its people.
I've never had a monthly spot in a parking garage. I've owned 16 cars. I've had 16 cars, all based in New York City. No,
you're the problem.
It's completely doable. No, because I am an enthusiast, I care about cars, and it is extremely necessary to my mental health that I have the ability to go outside, put my key in my car's ignition, and drive off into the Palisades Parkway sunset out of New York City. Okay, I need that for myself, and because I do need that, I set my priorities, my financial priorities, in a way that, I put insurance first, put car costs first, tolls, fuel, whatever. And sure, because I street park, I get the occasional parking ticket, which happens rarely. You can actually look at my plate and find out that it's not that rare. But
see,
it is not that bad.
But it's not easy.
Well, it's not. Yeah, sure.
It's like
not
having
easy.
a pet.
It's not. But what's easy? What good things are easy? You have to work.
Food. I go to McDonald's and I buy it.
And how's that ended up for you?
You are making my own point for me because you're telling us that your car takes up a spot on your block for an entire week when you're not using it. Sometimes you don't even move it. So like the street sweepers have to go around you and you get ticketed.
No, because
you're a menace to your neighborhood.
I'm absolutely.
And then if it's raining that weekend and it's not driving weather, which you've told me before, then your car is there for even longer than a week, week.
So what? If my car wasn't there, another car would be occupying it. What's the issue?
Somebody who needs it. Somebody who has to go see their mom to make sure that they're doing okay every 2 days.
I do that.
Look, it's the responsible citizen thing to do.
Look, my thing is I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that you need a car in New York City to get around the city. That's not my argument. But what I am saying is if you are an enthusiast and you love cars and you need the ability to go to different car events and drive your car and do all the car things that we at here at Jalopnik sponsor and tell you to do, then you should have a car in the city and you shouldn't be afraid to do it for the boring, terrible reasons that Justin's trying to throw down your mouth and
saving money, pedestrian
What
safety,
would you rather, as an enthusiast, what could you possibly rather be spending money on?
You were spending money on a garage out of the city.
That was a garage,
which is where you were keeping your cars for a while. And I totally support that move.
Why?
Because their cars are not in the city.
No, but that's why I stopped doing it. I needed my cars closer to me and my heart. And also, like that, the only reason why I was doing that is so I can work on them. And I don't even really like working on cars. Secret. But
the real enthusiast who has a special bond with his car doesn't even work on them. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what friends are for.
When's the last time you went for a drive?
I don't know. Look, okay, here. If you are on my side and you believe in car ownership in New York City or the city where you may live, or if you don't live in a city at all, you've never even been to one, but you think car people should own cars in the city, let us know in the comments. Or if you believe in Justin and what he is preaching, which is borderline hate speech in my religion. Let us know in the comments, and
if you have
go
access
off.
to a comparatively decent public transportation system, you should utilize that to its full potential.
I love trains. I love public transit. I totally agree. You know, if you live in a city and you need to get around in the city, yeah, sure, you should probably take a public transit. But if you're an enthusiast who understands why it's important to have a car and understands car culture, and you want the ability to leave when you need to without having to rely on commuter rail, buses, or zip cars, stuff like that, car sharing, you shouldn't be afraid of owning a car in the city. It's not that bad, and you can make it happen depending on your budgets.
All I'll say as a final point is if you can afford a garage, put your car in a garage. So
I also disagree with that.
So that the public parking is free for everybody else. Like all these people who we always write about street parking their Lamborghinis on the Upper West Side. No, you can afford to put that in a garage. Get that shit off the street.
Nah, street park it.
No.
We could look at it.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. I am Aaron Brown. This has been another episode of Cartime. The sun is setting, and thank you. Wow, another day. Who are you?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know who I am anymore.
We're lost. We're lost souls in this cruel automotive world.
If you want to buy me an E28, I will take back everything I just said.